Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Prescott off play action. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Cousins. And that's dropped underneath to Nwangu. And he will have a Vikings first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake. Cousins. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Osa Odighizuwa in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Now Cousins. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Drops this off with Nwangu.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. On third down, Cousins. Under pressure, they got him again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Off the play fake, Prescott. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked on by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Following the interception, Cousins.
He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Cousins again.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. draw, it's Nwangu. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw is Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Joseph connects on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They're on 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Throwing, Prescott. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner's a former defensive back.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They go play action. Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll pitch this out to Pollard, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
He'll find Nwangu underneath. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins now. Touchdown! Jalen Reagor, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
1st down, Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Quick reaction as he catches it off the tip.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Partner, I know the bounces are supposed to equal out over the course of a game, but not so far in this one.
Now this afternoon, the bounces are there, so the scoreboard also there.
Totally reflects it. They've got a big advantage.
Open man Lamb, it's complete.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Play fake. Here's Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now Cousins. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
A first down throw for Cousins. He'll get this to Nwangu. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Here's Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Meanwhile, this one knocked down to the backfield. It's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 67 yards on the there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
46.
Throwing here, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
8
yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the field.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.